What up, gang, and welcome back once again to I Like Watches. A nice quick video for you guys today because I'm testing 3 watches inside of Herman. They all look quite similar. They're all paying homage to the Serica. One is a Tandorio, the other one is a Proxima, and we've got an IX&DAO, which is the OG of Serica homages, if you like. This has been a very, very popular watch. And if you have seen my, well, I don't know if you'd have seen it yet. You may have seen my comparison video. I compare these watches on I Like Watches, and yeah, the IX&DAO is my favorite out of the 3. I think it is the best watch. It is also the most expensive, of course. But anyway, there is a detailed comparison of these 3 watches either on my first channel or about to be uploaded onto my first channel, so check it out. But anyway, in today's video we're seeing if these watches are water resistant, and I'm going to be using Herman. He's called Herman because he's got one arm like the character from The Simpsons. I'll be testing these watches up to the equivalent of 60 meters because they're all rated at 200 meters. I'm going to do the test where I increase the pressure while the watches are above the water, then I leave them for 5 minutes. I've left them all for 5 minutes. I've then dropped the watches into the water and released the pressure. Now, we have to sort of interpret the results. There's no yes or no. There's no definitive answer, really. I do remove the case backs and have a look inside the watches at the end of the video to see if there's water inside of them. But we have to look at how many bubbles come from these watches when I release the pressure inside of Herman, because when you increase the pressure when the watches are outside of the water, you're actually forcing a lot of air under the bezels, under the crowns, in all the little nooks and crannies, so that then when you release the pressure, all that air comes out from the watch and it looks like the watch is leaking, but it's not. So I think 20 to 25 bubbles is fairly standard for a dive watch. If we see an explosion of bubbles, 50, 60 or 100 bubbles, then we know the watch has failed. But if we see sort of 25 to 30 at the absolute most, I think it should be fine. Like I said, I will take the case backs off and have a good look on the inside to see if we can see any water. Now, I've already increased the pressure for all 3 watches while they've been sitting above the water. They've waited 5 minutes. I've now dropped the watches inside of the water and I'm releasing the pressure. And you can see, as expected, there are bubbles from all 3 watches and it looks to be roughly the same amount. I think all of these watches have passed this test, which is great news, although it's nice to see watches implode and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I am obviously risking these watches as well by doing this test. But I'm pleased to see the Tandorio pass because I've had a couple of failed Tandorios, spectacular failures as well. So it is nice to see another one of their watches pass. So when it comes to Tandorio watches, I've had 2 passes. 2 fails. The IX&DAO is a pass. First time I've ever seen one of their watches, and I have tested other Proxima watches that have always passed. I think I don't recall ever having a failure from a Proxima. So yeah, on this occasion, all 3 watches have passed. So that's pretty good news, isn't it? Don't forget to head over to I Like Watches to watch the comparison video if it's already been uploaded. Right, guys, hope that was useful. Happy shopping in the upcoming sale. Cheers, guys.